Okay, here's another exercise. Remember, it's only an exercise, like some of the other things we've done. It's reminiscent, or reminds me of, in a way, it's a variation of something we did on the retreat. Some of the exercises that we did on the retreat movement. I forgot what it's called. Anyway, it's on Dharma Seed, where we just moved the body, almost micro movements, and held a posture, and saw what that did to the energy body, to the emotions, to the soul, sense, if images arose or if not, just an exercise. Really what we're doing here is training sensibility, training sensitivity. So there's many possibilities. You can start with an image and then let the body, let the voice move from the image, move into the voice, express, manifest through the voice, through the posture or the movement. We start with the movement and see what happens in the soul. There's two ways around to do it. So there's all kinds of variations. And we're going to combine voice and gestural posture. Okay, so it's just an exercise. Don't think we've done it before with this combination, but you can get to think in a certain way about exercises. It's not a big deal. It's like I said, it's a screw on an airplane. If it's missing, it might be a big deal, but in terms of the bigger sort of structure of the aircraft, how it works, it's not such a big deal. It's not a central component. But if it's missing, it might be a big deal. So these exercises, occasionally, for a while, emphasizing them, or whatever, filling out cracks that have not been filled in the soulscape. Okay, so there's two elements: a sound element, sonic, a voicing element, and a gestural posture element, a movement element. So for this, if we start with the sound, with the voicing, goes with a little melody. Sorry, I'm not well. I'll try and sing it more strong. No. It's just repeating. I'm singing it more, enunciating more clearly than you need to necessarily. That's part of your variation, how you sing it. It's just that fragment repeating. With the syllable, for instance, ba, ma, ma, ma. Doesn't have to be exact. Something like that, something rhythmically close to that. For those of you who know music, I'm holding roughly the long note for a count of 3 or 6, and the rest is 1 each of 6. I'm thinking 6 eighth notes or 6. What are they called in English? No, what are they called? What are they called? 6 semi-crotches, maybe they're called. Anyway, so that's a vague thing that you voice with the syllable ba, just to start. And as you do it, you can do it standing up with, what are your arms going to do? You can open them wide, like spread your arms down to the tips of your fingers to either side, parallel to the floor. So it's a very open posture. You sing it like that. Maybe there's a slight movement, like rotating, just very slightly, slowly, side to side, so that the angle your arms makes with the body, with the feet, which are stationary, it changes slightly as you rotate, slowly and slightly. And really your job is to feel into this. Feel into what that combination feels like, that movement, that gesture, that posture, and the sounding. Maybe you have another posture, gesture, which is your hands crossed, but crossed, as if one hand up by one shoulder, the right hand up by the left shoulder, the left hand up by the right shoulder, and then hanging down from there, so they're crossed over the abdomen, over the torso. And the same melody repeat. You don't have to sing it like I'm singing. I'm just trying to make it clear for you. And you do that together. What happens if you fold your hand like people fold, most big common posture, to fold your hands across your chest, across your hands, across your arms, across your chest. Play with different postures of your hands, different slight movements. The same sounding melody. Maybe you want to vary the syllable, so it's not ba, but it's pa, or ta, or u, or e, with the vowels, the different vowels. So all kinds of combinations you can do with what you're sounding, and with your gesture, posture, movement. So go slow, take your time, but really repeat one for some minutes, so you really get into it and get a feel for what it's doing, if it's doing anything. And some of that might be very, very subtle. So you can vary your posture, your position, your movement, your gesture. That's number one. You can vary the pitch and the range at which you sing. Not the melody, so at the moment, roughly what I'm singing. But it could go much higher in your range, so it's more comfortable. It could go high, so it's stretching your range, or low in the body, so it's stretching down there. So play with the register of what you're seeing, the pitch of what you're singing. That's another variation. And third variation is how loud. All the way from really loud to just not so loud to a whisper to internally, only you can hear it internally. And you keep playing with the other, playing with the other aspects, the gesture and the pitch. So there's a lot of variation here. Your job is really exercising sensitivity again. So your job is really to feel into it. How does it feel? What happens in energy body? Remember the wide meaning of energy body now. What happens in the emotional, in the emotions, in the emotional body? And what happens, if anything, in image or soul, in soul resonance? It's very simple, lots of variations. It's really about sensitivity, it's an exercise, not to expect too much. And just your job is a sensitivity. Then you can do the whole thing almost like another exercise with another melody that you come up with, that occurs to you. You want to sing, or a fragment that you know from something that touches your soul. What happens when you sing it, when you voice it, when you sound it in these different ways, and your body moves and your body gestures in these different ways? Put them together. It's just an exercise in sensitivity. So it's to add to the collection of little exercises that we have from before. That's clear enough.